And now the last thing that I'll do is we're down to the point where we will select the site for the 2013 convention. One thing to keep in mind is, as most of you know, is if you nominate a state, you have to be willing to host the convention. So think about that before you jump up. The 2013 convention will be in the Northeast. The states that are in that region are Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, and West Virginia. So I think I said Maine. I hope I called it out. It's third on my list. Don gave me this list. If I didn't call it out, it's Don's fault. But at this time, we will open the floor for nominations for the 2013 Highpointers Convention. These people look familiar.
I'm Steve Urbanski.
And I'm Mick Dunn from New Hampshire.
Some of you may remember me from the a few years ago, I hosted New Jersey. And maybe you like that. And my brother Bill, my younger brother Bill, not by much, just a few days younger than me, he's the host of this thing. And where is he? Where's Bill? Where's Bill? Great job, buddy. Great job. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. But anyway, I rise today in front of the club to nominate Maine for 2013. Cheers! And I would be remiss if I went without some comments. First of all, Maine, or as Don Holmes calls it, number 15. Now the reason he calls it number 15 is Don was a very early completer. And he had completed the first 13 because at that time there were only 13 states. And Maine being the 15th state of the Union, so it was easy. He just, as they were admitted, he continued to complete. Don, if you notice tonight, we did the raffle here, and we took away one of Don's main responsibilities. And the joke I said at New Jersey was people cannot digest their food without hearing it. Well, we proved tonight that you can. And I will guarantee you by Maine of 2013 that we will totally automate the MC position. Katahdin stands at the end of the Appalachian Trail, as many of you know. When you go into Maine, there's a thing called the 100-mile woods, or as Don calls it, a heck of a long way to the next bar. Okay, it's not Holmes' joke. You know, it's sort of a holdover from New Jersey. I haven't hosted a convention since 2009, and I am very, very pleased when my brother gave me a call that the former superintendent of High Point, New Jersey State Park here, also the winner of the one and only best superintendent of a park, or whatever, John Keeter's here. John, just stand up again because you were such a great host in New Jersey. John has informed me that, notwithstanding Nikki Hemphill's roast performance there, that we are welcome back to New Jersey if you want to come back. Maine is also the state where Dave Koval went to college. He went to Bates College up there. Dave, where are you, Dave? Are you here? Dave, I was in touch with the Maine Attorney General. He told me that the statute of limitations is 4 years, so late 2012 you will be eligible to come back in the state. Okay, so you'll be good for a convention. Mitzler. You know, somebody said, yeah, you know, the best way to get, you know, to win over the audience is to make some joke about Mitzler. 2006, my brother Bill and I did limericks to try to nominate California. And I was going to do a limerick about Mitzler, but I could not find a rhyme for the phrase obsessive list compiler or I ran a deficit on the Illinois 2003 convention. Anyway, okay, enough with the jokes. Okay, now the serious part. Yesterday, I was in contact with the woman from the Maine, or excuse me, the Katahdin Chamber of Commerce up there. She was very excited to hear. I guess they don't get much phone calls up there, but she was very excited to hear that we had called. One of my biggest concerns was a venue up there that held, at least 250 people. She made some phone calls for me and assured me that there's a VFW up there that holds at least 270 people. There may be some other venues. So we got that. There's hotels up there. There are two sort of mid-range, midline like hotels like the Comfort Inn type thing. And yeah, one went through extensive reservations a while ago, so that we sort of shoot that for our thing. This is Millinocket. We're going to do it in Millinocket. We're not doing it in Portland. We're not doing it in Bangor. We're not doing any other down there. We're going to be right there in Millinocket, and those who are familiar with the Katahdin area, Baxter State Park, this is the town, and we're going to be right there. And one of the things I got to, give kudos to Bill for in this convention is everything was right here. It was nice. Wherever did we register on the High Point? And we're not going to do the Katahdin. But we're going to be close there. It's also the Indian Appalachian Trail. And I'm going to go to Mick here. Mick, I want you to tell a little about, he's from that neck of the woods. He's going to tell you a little about the question a lot of people have is, because Baxter State Park is that's where Katahdin is. It's in Baxter State Park, very regulated as far as how you get in and so on, and there's some restrictions and so on. And Mick's going to tell you a little about that.
Thanks, Steve. Hi, folks. It's great to see everyone here. I just want you to know, I love Katahdin. It's a beautiful mountain. But historically, it's been a difficult one to climb, not necessarily physically, but politically. I don't think that even 10 years ago, this club could pull off this event. But things have changed. The time has come changed. The park has changed a little bit. And it's a little more, we have a lot more opportunity now to be able to do an event like this at this time. And I think we're ready. I think the park is ready for us. It's a beautiful park. What I got to say is that we got to look at Katahdin and Baxter State Park on the level of the people of the state of Maine. It is their park, and we have to respect their wishes with the park. We're going to have to revert back to what we did in New York in '89 and subsequently in 2008 with Arizona, where we had groups set up, staggered at different times to leave. This is going to have to be something that's done completely separate from the rest of the convention. We have to have a coordinated effort to schedule all the hikers. We have to know who wants to go, who's serious about it, what your level is, get in with people that will be of most benefit for you to get to the summit. It's going to be a concerted effort by a lot of people, but we think we can meet that challenge. But it's going to take all of us. We're going to have to cooperate with each other and with the people of the state of Maine and their park. But I think we can do it, and I hope to see a lot of people there. All right, that's right. We got a time frame we've been talking about. We want the kids involved. We want to avoid the holidays, and we want to avoid school. So that leaves us with a time frame somewhere involving the last 2 weeks of July and the first 3 weeks of August, somewhere in there. And we're leaning towards an early August. This is probably a prime time to climb Katahdin. You have your best odds for good weather there. I've hiked it a lot. You don't always get great weather. It's not like the Pacific Northwest, but it is unpredictable. And that'll play a role in our success there as well. Anything else, Steve?
That's it. With that, we move.
We want you to vote for Maine. We do hereby nominate the state of Maine. Thank you.
Okay, we have Maine. Are there any other nominations? We'll make this real easy if there's no other nominations. You're going to have to speak up. I can't hear what you're saying.
They're not here.
They're not here. They can't, they need to be here to nominate it, or someone that will be responsible. You want to say something, Mark?
What my wife Wendy is saying is that there are a lot of Appalachian Trail hikers that are what we call sectional hikers that do certain segments at a time that actually may want to coordinate their efforts to actually finish the Appalachian Trail at the time of our convention. Yes, and Wendy is saying that the 100-mile wilderness, which is a very difficult stretch, very, very close to the end of the Appalachian Trail, this might be a very, very good time to see them actually completing that section. We know a couple people. We know about 3 people right now that are very close to that area, so we were kind of wanting to talk about that in a positive way.
Okay, I'll ask one more time. Is there any more nominations from the floor for any other state? I was going to call Mark and Craig to count the votes, but I don't know whether that's really going to be necessary. One more time. Any more nominations? If not, all those in favor of Maine in 2013 signify by raising your hand. I kind of think Maine carries.